these women and everybody here, so thank you for the opportunity. So inspiration comes to you at different moments in life, but action requires a catalyst. And for me, my catalyst was actually motherhood. I've been a writer my whole life. I used to write stories as a child. I wrote poems in college. I wrote business articles and scientific journal articles. But when I became a mother, I started seeking all the things about my culture that I wanted to preserve, that I wanted to share with my children. And that started just by me jotting it down. So my first book that I wrote, that I published, is called Shine a Light on Diwali. And what it details is not how Diwali happens in India, but it's what do we do in our home here in Chicago so that our kids can see themselves reflected in this story. They learn about heritage. I explain concepts like, what is Abhishekam? Because I want them to know that, when they're 40-something, like me, I want them to know the concepts, the learnings that my parents transferred to me only verbally, but I also want them to see themselves. And so my mission has kind of evolved. I became a published author in 2024, and in the last year and a half, I've had such an amazing time of meeting people just like you in this room, but my world has expanded. And so my mission for 2026 is actually to continue to preserve heritage, but use modern storytelling as a medium, because that's kind of what I know. So I'm taking it a little bit further this year. So I have a holy book here on the table. Thank you to Smita Garg for bringing it in. And we celebrated Holi yesterday in a very, very vibrant way in Chicago. But I also want to preserve the stories, right? So Holi is about color and spring and new beginnings, but it's also about diversity and inclusion. It's a festival in India where caste doesn't matter that day. And I think that's just such an important message. So those are the types of messages that I'm hoping that we can preserve. And my mission in the year ahead is to find more ways to amplify that. So I will share with everyone here, whether you have children or not, write down your stories. Write down your mom's recipe that you love. Write down your grandmother's history, right? Because I think when you take the time to write them down, you're taking those steps to preserve in the way that our ancestors did. So, thank you.
Thank you.